On this episode of Fresh Insights from Fresh Faces, we're going to discuss your website's role in booking campus tours. So hello and welcome to Fresh Insights from Fresh Faces, brought to you by Link Media 360. This is a weekly live video show dedicated to resident acquisition strategies for sales and marketing leaders at senior living communities. My name is Jeff Herman, and we're thrilled to be here with you today. Thank you for joining us. And I am joined by my co-host, Phil Smith. Phil is one of Link Media 360's occupancy marketing experts. And Phil, we're thrilled to be here with you today. How are you doing today, Phil?
Hey, Jeff. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great, man. It's Friday. The Browns won their first preseason game yesterday. So, what else can you ask for as a Cleveland Browns fan?
As I say, consider that you're one and done for the season, correct?
Right. That's it. That's all we get. Just a preseason win.
So, hey, audience, thank you for joining us today. Before we get started, we'd love for you to enter in the comments box where you're joining us from today. We'd love to hear where you are, even if it's in your home office working in your jammies. That's cool. Let us know where you're watching us from today. So, Phil, you ready to get started?
I'm ready, Jeff.
All right. Topic of the day. How to use your website to book campus tours. And that's an open question, right?
Right.
So, Phil,
right, where to start?
Where do you get started?
Yeah, I think a couple of good places to start would be, one is obviously the website. We've got to generate inbound leads and campus tours from our website. And it really starts at that foundation. But there's other things. Having a great guide, a senior living guide, a piece of gated content that's super educational, that can be used as well. And then also really focusing on conversions, your CTAs, your forms, making sure those are easy to fill out. But let's really just focus on kind of the website today before we get into everything else that gets involved there.
As I say, it sounds like we'll be here for a couple hours, but you want to just nail the website right now?
Right. Yeah, we won't host the whole webenar on that. We'll dive right into the website. So really the first thing is your website has to be mobile responsive, Jeff. Since Mobilegeddon, really just to rank in search engines when people are using one of those mobile devices, it's just imperative. Also, we took a look at our clients and took a look in the industry. Almost 50% of your traffic is going to come from mobile devices. Wow. Right. So if 50% of your users is going to be on a mobile device anyways, you really want to make sure that you have a mobile friendly setup. As I'm sure you've seen, when it's not mobile friendly, it's nearly impossible to navigate when you're on a smartphone.
Right. And is smartphone penetration for seniors up significantly, according to Pew Research?
Yes, it's way up. The Pew Research said it's at 42%, up almost 20 points from last year.
Wow. Yeah. And if your traffic is over 50%, so that's a heavy index of mobile users. So it sounds like it's really critical to have that mobile strategy nailed down.
Absolutely, it's so important, Jeff. One of the other things, though, kind of dovetailing into that mobile experience, we really want to make sure that our page load speed is fast, because we know mobile users are more likely to interact with or kind of leave an interaction if it's not fast enough. Also, Load speed is becoming a super important metric for Google as well, because they realize what's the best user experience: a link in a website that loads quickly.
Is that things like making sure you're optimizing for images or optimizing the configuration? Yep,
optimizing for images, getting rid of code bloat. It's really a lot of technical SEO work. Even if you look at your website now, my guess is it's probably poor in mobile load speed. So, really utilizing some of the tools, Google Page Speed Insights or Developer Insights, that's a great place to start.
Wow, code bloat, that kind of scares me. It makes me want to hydrate, because I don't want to get code bloat, right? You got to filter that out of your system.
Right, you got to get rid of it.
Code bloat happens when you have multiple developers kind of hands-on. How's that happen?
Code bloat comes from a couple of different areas. One is multiple developers, or a developer that's not really focused on the technical foundation for the purpose of ranking in search engines, which we've run across a lot. If we're not search first and we're design first, that can be an issue for us. But then also, if you're using, say, templates that are out there, and not custom coding the back end of your website, sometimes they come with code you don't need. And so it's better to custom develop there than use a plug and play method for the most part.
Right. And so you do recommend there's that kind of unique combination of user experience and design, but driven by a firm technical SEO strategy is what I hear you saying.
Absolutely. And we can go into design, probably not today because I want to just focus on, some technical foundation of the website. But that design is so important when we come to CTAs, calls to actions, CRO. So we'll talk about that on a later date for sure.
That sounds good.
One of the other things though is if you have multiple communities, is it really easy as far as user experience? Is it easy to find the community or the location that's in my market? Right? Can I easily click through your top level navigation to find the right community? Or does it take me forever to find what I'm looking for? That's super important, especially on mobile as well.
Oh, so having location pages presented in a way that if you visit on mobile, it's obvious how you get there, because that's one of the key drivers of traffic, right? Is the location page.
That's the biggest driver. That's one of the most important pages on your website is that location page. So we want to drive people to there as quickly as possible. So yep, you're right on, Jeff. One of the other things and to really look at is, does your content, the actual content on your website, do people get that warm and fuzzy feeling when they read through your website content the same they would if they picked the phone up and gave you a call, Jeff? Are we sharing our brand perspective? Are we saying things that are helping us share our different and better story? Because the community right down the street offers the same levels of care, the same living options, but what makes us different and better?
Right. So you're saying extending, so the same feeling and the same relationship that you'd get as if you physically walked in the door for a tour, you're saying people should get that same feeling when visiting the website, and not clinical, not methodical, really that inviting, warm.
Right. Yep. That's exactly what we're looking for. A lot of users, especially, as we look into the adult child influencers and even getting into the younger years, they're low touch, no touch, Jeff. So they don't want to necessarily come on your community. They want to come to your website and feel your community and experience it through the online, really interactive experience that we can provide. And that's what they're looking for.
Right.
And then, I think the last point here that I think is just uber important when we talk about having a good website, a solid foundation, is making sure that you're really optimizing to be found in search. Using a thematic keyword strategy is super important, right, Jeff? Because if nobody can find your website on a search engine, no one's going to contact you to have a tour. They don't know that you exist. So we have to drive that top level visibility in search engines, or it's going to be tough.
Right. So when you say the word thematic keywords, that in and of itself sounds like a pretty dense topic to discuss.
Yeah, it is. It's totally worth going into more detail, but the long and the short of it, Jeff, is make sure that we're talking about our service lines and our living options with local modifiers. So like independent living in Cleveland. People are typically searching for our senior living services in an area. So making sure that we have themes built around independent living. How could people search? So absolutely.
Well, that sounds like an awful lot of heavy lifting that can be accomplished simply by your website. We're just talking the website right now, like the experience, the web presence, which, needless to say, hasn't even incorporated guides and other type of assets you can create.
Right.
So
absolutely.
The good news is we're going to come on live again next week to talk about the use of guides and other digital assets and really helping your community book campus tours. Phil, does that sound like a plan? Come on next week?
Yeah, I can't wait. Wait.
All right. Well, good. So, hey, everyone, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the box below or send us an email. You can email Phil. Phil, can I give your email address out? Do you mind?
Yeah, feel free. All
right. psmith@linkmedia360.com or visit our blog, linkmedia360.com/blog. and check out a lot of the great articles and assets that we've created to drive our resident acquisition strategies for our partners. Until then, we will see you next week. Thanks for your time today, Phil.
Hey, thank you, Jeff. Look forward to it. Talk to you later. See ya.
Cheers.